Today, I'm going to talk about one of my favorite books. It's Influence by Robert Cialdini. He is a Ph.D. in psychology at, I think, Arizona State University. I read this book a couple years ago, and honestly, it is one of the best books I've ever read. If you are into marketing or selling of any kind, this is an absolute must read. I think a lot of the courses that are floating around right now on how to write sales copy or how to be better at sales or anything like that, they're really taking principles from this book, or it's at least something that he's kind of identified in the book and really giving you a framework for it. So today I'm going to talk about the principles in the book and then how you can apply those in a practical matter for your business, whether you're selling a physical product, whether you're selling a digital product, whether you're selling a service or whatever. I think that these principles will work for you no matter what. I will say that when you read the book, he kind of talks about these principles in a negative way, like how he's been tricked by salespeople and by organizations and how they're done in a bad way. But today we are going to be talking about how you can use these for good for your business, but definitely don't use this to kind of take advantage of people. You should use this in a good way. So the first principle is the principle of reciprocity. Reciprocity just means basically that when it's kind of this unwritten psychological rule that when somebody does something nice for you or something for you, you're going to want to return the favor. So he uses this example of this religious group that gives flowers in the airports and stuff like that, and then ask for a donation basically after they give you a flower. And they make sure you actually take the flower, and then when you try to give it back, they won't take it back, but they say, but you can offer us a donation. And it was so powerful that even people that did not want to donate to this, they just had this need to basically donate to people once they were given this flower. It's like this rule that's like hardwired into us where we really need to be able to kind of return the favor. When somebody does something nice for us, we really want to do something nice for somebody else. This is why salespeople and seminars will often like provide you a free meal or give you something like that, right? And so how can you leverage the principle of reciprocity in your business to help you get more customers, more sales, and things like that? So here's some stuff that we do in our businesses. So first of all, we will do rebates. So we'll take our customers, we're trying to get a new customer, and we'll offer a rebate or a coupon code, basically a discount to bring in new business. So if you are a physical product business, you're selling a product online on like Amazon or e-commerce or whatever, you can offer coupon codes. You can offer a really cheap kind of intro product to bring people into your world, and then you can kind of upsell them later on. Some other options are actually in our physical products, we do these product inserts, right? So we'll put in these inserts and we basically give people a reward for kind of answering a couple of survey questions. And after we get all their information, we ask them to write a review for us. So we don't actually say, hey, write a review, we'll pay you. We actually give them a reward first, and then we're banking on the principle of reciprocity to have them do that reward for us. So that's kind of the principle of reciprocity. Basically, you're going to give something without necessarily any strings attached to it, but then a lot of times your customer will reciprocate that back towards you. So you kind of put out good stuff, and then people will kind of bring that back to you, and it works really well. So the next thing is consistency. So the consistency principle is basically this idea that as humans, we need to kind of be consistent in our actions. So he gives the example of prisoners of war. They're taken hostage. I think this was in the Korean War, but I might be wrong. Maybe it was Vietnam or something like that. They're taken hostage, and these are American soldiers, and they're made to write negative things about America. And they start off with like these very small little stepping stones, you know, one little negative thing after another. And then eventually these people are like saying that America's bad and all this stuff. And so the idea is that basically if you can make somebody take a small commitment, then they'll make a bigger commitment and a bigger commitment, because it's this consistency principle. We have this need to be consistent. So in whatever you're building, if you can have your customer take a small step, then it's gonna be much easier to make them take a bigger step. So if you're trying to do an e-commerce thing, this will be stuff like having a wish list where people can kind of save a product or something like that. This is gonna be something like even just having somebody add something to a cart. They're starting that process. They're not actually putting their credit card number in, but they're starting to do this. This would be if you're doing like a service business. This is just getting somebody to book a phone call to start talking to you, right? So you don't ask for the huge thing up front. You start small, and then you do these small little steps to kind of bring your customer along, and then they're going to be able to go from this like small thing to a much bigger commitment, right? So that's the consistency principle. The next thing, and this is something that we have a specialty in, is social proof, right? So social proof is huge. This is the idea that basically if you have people talking about something, if there's a bunch of buzz about something, that people are going to be more likely to want to buy something, right? This even happens in clothing, right? These clothing trends where, you know, all of a sudden nobody was wearing this brand of some sort. I remember when I was in middle school, for me, everyone started wearing Abercrombie and Fitch at my middle school, and all of a sudden it was like the most popular clothing brand of all time. Like a couple of kids started doing it, and then everybody started doing it, and then it was like you had to have it. If you weren't wearing this brand, you weren't cool, and things like that. So that's the idea of social proof. So some ways that you can kind of leverage social proof is going to be reviews for your products and services, obviously. So this is going to be reviews on, you know, if you're a physical product, on Amazon, if you're a business, maybe on Google or on Yelp, or if you're a software company, maybe on G2 Crowd or Trustpilot. But basically that's one way to do it. Another is going to be social media. So people talking about you on YouTube, people talking to you on Facebook and things like that. Those are all going to be good social proof things. And then also like customer testimonials and videos on your website. Those are all going to be great things that's going to provide social proof for your business. So the next principle is liking. So basically this is a very simple principle. It just means that people want to buy products from people and brands that they like. Basically, we want to conduct business with people that we like, right? And so the greatest way for you to do this is going to be to have maybe an attractive character as part of your marketing, having somebody as a face. Like for me, for example, I'm making these videos trying to have you like me and my brand, right? And things like that. But also you can have friends, you can have a referral program where they're gonna bring in their friends. That's gonna provide you with social proof, but it's also gonna create that liking. And then also you can have influencers and other people that are gonna be like an attractive character for your brand, that people are gonna like them, and then they're gonna wanna do business with you. So all of those kind of things together will help you with the liking principle and have people have more of an affinity towards your brand. Also, some people do like mascots and other things to kind of create that liking thing. So the next is authority. So the authority principle basically says that when we hear something from an authoritative figure, we're more likely to believe it to be true. We're more likely to take it seriously. And businesses have known this for a long time. Like a lot of times you'll see commercials and you have like a doctor or a lawyer or a police officer or some authoritative figure, and that helps sell that product better. And so for you, how can you kind of use authority in your marketing and in your sales and everything? So a couple of things that you can do is you can have expert opinions, right? So it's not just like a review from like a regular user or something like that, or a regular customer. It's going to be like an expert, right? You can have third-party awards. So like JD Power would be like a popular one, but also like on Amazon, for example, they have like the bestseller badges, and they have Amazon's Choice and stuff like that. Those are all authority signals that are showing people that something's good. So if you can get any type of like newspaper or media or anything like that, and you can place that on your digital marketing and in your store and stuff like that. So a great example of this is Five Guys, right? We've all been to Five Guys, and they have all their press like around the wall, right? That's like doing a lot. Like it's not just, you know, customer reviews, which is social proof, but it's actually like press that's been printed from an authoritative source showing that Five Guys is like the best burger place ever, right? So if you can get that kind of stuff made for your brand and get that stuff created and win those things, then that's going to really help your brand, help your business, and give you that authoritative message basically that your competitors might not have. So then the last one on Cialdini's list is scarcity. And this is a really huge tactic. This is sometimes hard to pull off. Like if you're selling on a marketplace, you can't fake scarcity if you're selling on like Amazon, for example. But basically, if you can actually create genuine scarcity in some of your services and products, and it's real, not fake scarcity, that can really go a long way into helping you make more. So scarcity is just having a limited amount of quantity, right? So there are some things that are truly scarce. Like Right now, when I'm recording this in 2021, real estate is like extremely scarce. Like there's not a lot of houses on the market, and so the prices are going up. Everyone wants to buy a home. It's harder and harder to get. Another idea of something scarce, like Supreme does this. So they're a clothing brand. You can check out Supreme. They sell absurd things. Like they sell bricks for hundreds of dollars and hoodies for hundreds of dollars. And what they do is they only make a very limited amount of quantity of something, but they've been able to generate the demand. And there's something about us as humans, like when something starts running out, we're like, oh my gosh, like I need to get that because everyone wants it and there's only a little bit left, so I need one too, right? And so we start behaving irrationally and spending a bunch of money on things. So one way that you can kind of create a little bit of the same feeling of scarcity is by creating urgency. So scarcity basically makes us act quickly. Like we're like, this is gonna run out if I don't hurry up and go buy this, like toilet paper, right? In 2020, everyone needed to buy toilet paper because it was running out. Like one day you weren't thinking about toilet paper at all, and all of a sudden now you were. So a way that we can kind of create the same principle of scarcity, which is urgency, is to create sales and limited time offers and things like that, where it's like, okay, it's normally this price, but for the next 3 days, we are only gonna sell it for this price, right? So that's not as good as actually just running out of stock and being like, we really don't have any. But it's a good principle that you can use. You can use sales and stuff like that. So if you have urgency, if you literally only have a limited amount of stock or quantity of something, then that's great. You should definitely use that in your sales copy and your writing and stuff like that to make sure that you have it. But if you don't have that, then you can at least use urgency, and you can create sales and offers and things like that to add that kind of urgency and scarcity into your offers. So the last thing is, and this is not in influence, but I think it's really great for your offers and for your products and services, is to add risk reversal. So any type of good sales copy and offer that you're gonna have is gonna have a risk reversal in it. So you're gonna want either a free trial, you're gonna want a money back guarantee, you can do free return shipping if it's like a physical product or whatever. On a lot of our products, we actually offer a lifetime warranty where we'll replace the product one time for the lifetime of the ownership of it. So something like that basically gets the customer out of their head. A lot of times, especially online, people are like looking at something and they're like, am I gonna make money on this? Like, am I gonna lose my money? Is this worth it? And if you have that kind of guarantee, they're like, look, if there's a problem, you can just return it, you're gonna get your money back, then that will definitely help with getting people to actually give you their money and try the service. So those are kind of my 6 Cialdini things that I've learned from him, and then adding a 7th one in that I've picked up over the years, which is risk reversal. So once again, these are stuff that you want to put in all of your offers, on your web pages, and your sales copy, on your listings, and everything else. It's going to be reciprocity, consistency, social proof, liking, authority, scarcity, and then risk reversal are your 7 things that you want to incorporate basically in your business in general. And if you can do those things, then you'll be very influential and you'll be able to close more deals, get more sales, and build your business. So thanks again for watching, and I promise you 7-day guarantee that you will not regret subscribing to our channel or liking this video. Thanks again for watching.